Hello, Darren here. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Darren, where I answer your remote working questions. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comment section below. And yes, I can see from my viewer that my COVID-19 haircut is coming along nicely. I've not been to the barbers for a few months, so yeah. But anyway, let's get into the video. Firstly, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So I was a freelancer for about 2.5 years. I did it whilst I was saving up to leave my job to work remotely and travel. And I also did it for the first 6 months after I quit my job. So I do have quite a bit of experience about freelancing and how it all works. But firstly, what I will say is I charged per project rather than per hour. And I found that my clients liked it that way. They were worried that if it was per hour, that they hadn't got a clue of how much it was going to cost them for that piece of work. So I charged per project. What I also did after I got the sign off from the client to confirm this is what the work they wanted me to complete, I asked them for 50% up front. And I always do that with new clients. If I've worked with a client for 6 months or more, then I'm a little bit more flexible with regard to when they pay me, especially if they've got a good record of paying on time. But for new clients, I always charge 50%. I highly recommend you do that as a freelancer. To invoice the client for that initial payment, I use a service called Harvest. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can go and check it out. They do have a free option, so you don't have to pay for their paid accounts, but for free, you'll get a lot of services, to be completely honest. What you can do is add a new client to Harvest, then send them an invoice. It does it all for you. It's so easy to do, and it also creates a PDF for you to send to the client. What I also do whilst I'm doing the work for the client is I set the timer within Harvest. And the reason why I do that is I like to know myself how long things are taking me to do. There's another tool that I've used called Toggle. That's another good one for timing whilst you're doing a piece of work. Now obviously I'm not charging per hour, but it's good for me to know how long it's taking me to complete certain tasks. So if I'm getting clients asking for the same type of work, I know how much to charge them based on how long it's taken me in the past. I have to say, when you first start quoting clients, it is a little bit tricky. The main thing is that you do not undervalue the time that it's going to take you to complete that work. Take your time creating that quote and really think about the time it's going to take you, the communication, the sign-off process, and also any other services and products that you might need to complete that work. So how do I manage my money as a freelancer? Basically, I have a business account with TransferWise. And the reason why I selected that service is that the fees for transferring money is much lower than my bank or services like PayPal, like considerably cheaper. So definitely worth checking out TransferWise. Highly recommend them. What I have is all of my money coming into that business account, and that is where the central pot of money is. Everything related to my business, any business expenses are all from that account. I can also order a debit card for that business account, which is really useful. A lot of banks nowadays charge an absolute fortune annual fee for having a business account. So this is perfect. It saves you a lot of money. So the money goes into my business account, and from there, at the end of every month, what I do is start transferring bits of money from that account into others. So firstly, I will work out how much tax and national insurance I should pay on the money that is coming to my business in that month. I then take that money out and transfer it into a savings account. Very low interest, as all saving accounts are right now. But I like to make sure that every month I've saved that money, so when it comes to me doing my tax return at the end of the financial year, I have the money there to pay my bill. I think that's really important. It's very stressful if you leave it to the last minute and you are scrambling, trying to find the money to pay the bill. It's just not worth it. So every month, work out the percentage based on how much tax you have to pay and national insurance if you are from the UK. It will differ from country to country, but definitely think about taking out a percentage of money and put it into savings for taxes and national insurance if you're from the UK. Also, at the end of the month, I withdraw an amount of money from my business account into my savings account, and that is really for my emergency fund. Should work dry up through the year, then at least you've got money there to pay for your rent and utility bills. There will be times of the year where it does get quiet. If you're thinking now we're coming up to the holiday season, many companies will be winding down for a couple of weeks, so work might dry up. At least you've got money there. And also, if you decide I want to go away for 4 weeks and travel, you can do that because you've got money in your savings. You can buy the latest iPhone or whatever gadgets you want to buy. Also important to think about the future for your pension, any health costs. So yes, saving a chunk of money out of your business account each month is really important. The final payment that I take out of my business account at the end of the month is my own personal allowance that I give myself. So obviously I've got rent to pay, I've got utility bills, I've got cost of living to pay, food, shopping, clothes, all of that good stuff. You need some money to be able to do that. So at the end of every month, I give myself an allowance, and hopefully that lasts me through the month until the end of the next month. On a day-to-day level with regard to managing money as a freelancer, I use an app called QuickBooks, and on there I'm able to manage all of my different accounts. I'm able to make sure that money is being transferred, that money is coming in from clients. And also, because I'm nomad and I travel around, I don't want to be traveling with a load of paperwork, invoices and receipts and things like that. So I use the QuickBooks app. I'll leave a link down in the description so I can scan my receipts with my mobile phone, and they're all stored in one place, and it just is so hassle-free. It's only a small monthly fee to use that service, and I highly recommend it. Also, when it comes to your tax return, it's obviously working up all of your incomings and outgoings, your business expenses, and also you've got the receipts there as an audit as well. And it just makes it just saves so much time and hassle doing your tax return at the end of the financial year. And I highly recommend that app. It saves me so much time, and I'm able to get an overview of what my financial situation is on a live day-to-day situation. So yes, highly recommend that. And that is how I manage my money as a freelancer. If you have any questions about the topic today or any remote working questions, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments section. And somewhere on the screen here, I will leave a link to a video to help you find freelance jobs. Definitely recommend that you go and check that out. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and the bell notification. I'll see you next week with more videos. Until then, take care.